here with Representative Luis Moscoso with the 1st District. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. It's the third week of session. What's going on?
There's a lot going on this week. We've passed a budget. It was a very difficult thing to do. As most people know, we had to make cuts, and looking at all the different issues that we had to consider, it was difficult. Looking forward to the rest of the session, it's going to be even more difficult to understand how to balance out the needs of the state, as well as consider the lack of revenue to move forward in a way that I think most citizens want to see their services and programs maintained, but they just don't understand that there's not enough money to do everything.
You have a bill modifying State Route 527. What does this bill do?
This is a bill that came about because the City of Bothell and the Department of Transportation have been working to convert 527, which is the freeway between Canyon Park and the City of Bothell, into a suburban boulevard. They want to do a lot of improvements there, pedestrian walkways, bikeways, things like that. It'll really make the city look a lot more beautiful, and there's a process by which the DOT and the state can turn over responsibility for that highway to the city, which then takes control of it.
Numerous things have happened since the last time we talked. For instance, you were appointed to yet another committee. Now you're in 4 committees. I don't know how you find time.
Well, I don't know how I find the time either, but that's the case. I have transportation, which deals with the last issue I just mentioned. I'm also on the Environment Committee, the Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness, and was recently added to General Government Appropriations and Oversight.
So I think that it's easy to understand what environment and transportation do, but the other two might not be so clear. So the last one that you said, what does it do?
Well, that has the responsibility of looking at the budgets of a number of agencies. There's about 85 agencies or departments that the General Government Committee looks at, and I've been asked to look at about 5 or 6 of them myself to make sure that I'm kind of the lead in looking at the resources that they need, at checking out their budget, and making sure that someone on that committee is really getting out into the weeds, so to speak, on what those different departments or agencies do. The other one, that Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness, was something that, although I was considering getting on it, it wasn't really something I wanted to do until I went to a last hearing back in December that they had during the Assembly Days. And I mainly went because I wanted to see former Representative Al O'Brien's last day on the committee. And several people in the committee, including the chair, asked me to be on it. After seeing what was going on, I realized that'd be the best way for me to maintain the continuity of law enforcement issues that both Representative Eriks and Representative O'Brien did so well for a number of years in the district. So I'm really excited about being on that committee because it keeps me in touch with those issues that I'm concerned about, but also maintains what the district, I think, has sent those representatives to do in the past.
And another very exciting thing happened. You were recently elected by your peers as Assistant Majority Whip. So what does that mean?
Yes, it was. It means just the task side of going around and making sure that people are in their seats to conduct business on the floor, to also do kind of a nose count on where our caucus is at in terms of how people feel about different issues and bills. So whether it's on the floor or perhaps even we're not on the floor back in committees, I've got to chase down a certain number of people and make sure that I know what their vote is, whether they're pro, con, or undecided, and then report that back to the caucus leadership so they can figure out just where the caucus is moving.
Okay. Well, congratulations on that appointment, and thank you very much for this interview. We will touch base with you again soon.
Thank you.